We humans, we are drawn to the unknown. It lurks in the shadows of our understanding, beckoning us with its mysteries. Science, in its quest to illuminate the world, often shies away from these shadowy corners. It prefers the comfort of data, the safety of the repeatable experiment. But what about the unexplainable? What about the data points that don't fit? The observations that defy categorization? Should we simply ignore them, relegate them to the realm of pseudoscience and superstition? History tells us otherwise. Many concepts once dismissed as conspiracy theories, as the ravings of madmen or the fantasies of fools, have ultimately reshaped our understanding of the universe and our place in it. The Earth, once considered the center of the cosmos, was later dethroned by the heliocentric model. The lesson? Sometimes the most groundbreaking discoveries emerge from the shadows of the unexplained. Imagine a procession, a somber cortege of discarded ideas and ostracized data. These are the casualties of the scientific process. This, my friends, is the procession of the condemned. They dared to challenge the prevailing scientific dogma. Met with skepticism, ridicule, even hostility. Some were eventually vindicated. Why does science sometimes turn a blind eye? Fear, pressure to conform, and technological limitations. Few topics embody the procession of the condemned quite like UFOs. For decades, the mere mention of unidentified flying objects was enough to elicit laughter and eye rolls. Serious scientists wouldn't be caught dead discussing them, let alone researching them. Yet, the evidence, from credible eyewitnesses to radar data, continued to mount. Slowly, hesitantly, the scientific community began to acknowledge that there might be something to this phenomenon. The stigma hasn't entirely dissipated, of course. But recent years have witnessed a shift in tone, a willingness to at least entertain the possibility that some UFO sightings might represent technology beyond our current understanding. This shift is a testament to the power of persistent inquiry, to the importance of following the evidence wherever it may lead, even if it's into uncharted and potentially unsettling territory. Alchemy, with its quest to transmute base metals into gold and discover the elixir of life, might seem like an unlikely candidate for scientific legitimacy. And indeed, for centuries, alchemy was dismissed as a mystical pursuit, a blend of philosophy, magic, and proto-science. Yet, beneath the esoteric symbolism and seemingly fantastical objectives, alchemists were conducting real experiments, developing techniques, and making observations that would lay the groundwork for modern chemistry. They were meticulous record keepers, their writings filled with detailed descriptions of chemical reactions and processes. Their quest to understand the properties of matter and its transformations, while often misguided, ultimately contributed to the development of fields like metallurgy, pharmacology, and even medicine. This is not to say that alchemy was good science in the modern sense, but it illustrates that even in seemingly irrational pursuits, seeds of truth and valuable insights can be found. The relationship between science and the procession of the condemned is not a one-way street. It's not simply a matter of science eventually coming around to embrace ideas it once rejected. The process is more cyclical, more nuanced. The rejection of an idea, even if that rejection is rooted in legitimate scientific skepticism, can be a powerful catalyst for further investigation. When faced with resistance, the proponents of an idea are forced to refine their hypotheses, gather more evidence, and develop more convincing arguments. This crucible of criticism, while often frustrating and disheartening, can lead to a more robust and rigorous understanding of the phenomena in question. The history of science is replete with examples of ideas that were initially met with skepticism, but ultimately gained acceptance after a period of refinement and further investigation. Embracing fluidity in scientific thought. Imagine the scientific spectrum as a gradient of colors, each representing a different field of study. Hard sciences like physics and chemistry emphasize empirical observation and mathematical rigor. Social sciences and humanities explore human behavior and experience. Profound insights emerge at the intersections of disciplines, where different perspectives converge. Section 7. The courage to question. Cultivating curiosity in a world of certainty. In an age of information overload, it's tempting to retreat into the comfort of certainty, to accept the pronouncements of experts without question. But blind faith in authority, even scientific authority, can be a dangerous thing. Science is not a collection of immutable facts. It's a process of inquiry, a journey of exploration, guided by curiosity and tempered by skepticism. And like any journey worth taking, it's bound to have its share of wrong turns, dead ends, and unexpected detours. That's why it's so important to cultivate a spirit of curiosity, a willingness to question even the most deeply held assumptions. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo, to explore unconventional ideas, to ask, what if? Section 8. The unexplored territories of science. Embracing the unknown. The scientific landscape is vast and ever expanding. For every question we answer, a dozen more emerge, leading us deeper into the mysteries of the universe. It is this sense of infinite possibility, this recognition that we have barely begun to scratch the surface of what there is to know, that makes science so endlessly fascinating. So, embrace the unknown. Don't shy away from the questions that make you uncomfortable, the observations that don't fit neatly into existing paradigms. These are the seeds of future discoveries, the raw materials from which breakthroughs are forged. Section 9. The ever-evolving tapestry of knowledge. Science is not a static edifice, but a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving, revising, and refining its understanding of the universe. New discoveries challenge old assumptions, propelling scientific progress. Let us approach the world with open minds and a healthy dose of skepticism,